So I had this conversation very recently with the women that run Create and Cultivate.
Okay.
And I was obsessed with the way that they said this. And it was like the way that the language that they used to describe this. But we were just chatting about like the idea of us sponsoring their event, right? And in all of the way, like the language they used, they kept talking about her. And they Create and Cultivate is an event that focuses on like mostly the female entrepreneur. And they just talked about her, you know, like supporting her and creating the right environment for her. And her, right, is their attendee. It's their like the ICP, like their perfect target audience for who they want to come to this event. And I think that creating an event for your attendee is like just like having like an understanding of who your attendee is, like a super clear understanding of why you want them there, the value that you're bringing to them, and putting them at the front and center and focus of everything that you're doing is like the most valuable and important thing for any event organizer. Yeah. And in my case, I am thinking, okay, what and who are the most important sponsors for them, my attendee, right? And what speakers does my attendee want to hear? And what workshops do my attendees need to attend? And what relationships do my attendees need to build? And if you can put all of that, like create, you know, like you can really thoughtfully answer all of those questions. I think that's like what makes a really good event when you're thinking about the attendee and the attendee experience. But most importantly, and you and I have discussed this at length, the most important thing for any event organizer is to create the best possible experience from a relational perspective for the attendee, because the creator economy, like everybody wants to be in the creator economy because they're like, oh, I want the lifestyle, you know, like I love that. But then it's like actually really isolating. It's like really isolating to be a creator. And it's something that I have learned, and the initiative, like the actual reason why Craft and Commerce exists, right? Like from the start, and I know you've had this conversation with Nathan, is because Nathan, our CEO, and one of his good friends, Barrett, who used to work at, Be Very Integrated and was at ConvertKit as well, they met at a conference called World Domination Summit. And they ended up meeting this group of people that they created this mastermind with. And they have like their creative and entrepreneurial journeys, they've like walked aside, beside one another for the last like 10 or 15 years, just from going to that event, right? And so when they decided like we want to create Craft and Commerce, they wanted to create it because they were trying to create an environment for creators to connect, to have that same sort of experience. And creators are they're just missing that connection and real life, tangible connection with other creators. And so that's what we're trying to create with Craft and Commerce, is those like real tangible relationships that impact, like really have an impact on your life and your business.